Who needs Washington Sundar, am I right?
Okay, so India winning the third T20I to level the series at 1-all. India winning by a handsome margin of 5 wickets with 9 deliveries to spare. Washington Sundar just missing out on that 50 with 49. Good start by Abhishek with 33. Then Akshar Patel chipping in with 35 there as well. So, and then Jitesh again with a 34 odd. I think that's the kind of contribution that the Indian team has had. So it's been an all-round effort today. Of course, Australia there missing, as I said, Hazlewood. That's exactly why I had picked India to win this particular encounter. Before we get to, how India won and why is it that some of us picked Australia, you guys were talking about Washington Sundar.
A few moments later.
So much of it. And probably today I could have asked for something else. Maybe a Bentley or
World Cup win.
Well, don't be selfish. World Cup wins will come. And I could
Go. Bentleys don't always
could
come.
have asked a beach house in Goa or something like that. So, but what did I ask for? For those of you who don't know, in the mid innings we were sitting and all the criticism directed towards the selection of Washington Sundar, but primarily it had to do with his bowling. And I was like, after all this that we've spoken, he comes and gets 50 of some 20 odd deliveries, and then what is it that you guys are going to say? And guess what? That's exactly what he's done. He's got not 50 but 49 of 20 some deliveries, but played a stellar role, and that's exactly what I was hinting at. So should have probably asked for that. But yeah, going back to Washington Sundar, there was plenty of criticism all around, not just from you, of why is he in the team. Have you got your answers, all of you, one by one?
No.
Okay, who wants to go first?
I'll go first because I don't have any doubt over his batting ability. But if you're keeping him in the team and not bowling him, then you can keep a pure batter there also. Then there's no need for Washington Sundar particularly. Why is a Washington Sundar or an Akshar Patel so coveted within this side? Because they'll give you both options. He didn't bowl today. Yes, he's a very good batter, but that's well known. Are you playing him as a pure batter? You're not. So I'll give full credit to him for the knock he had today. Absolutely very good. It was a knock which actually pretty much helped India win this match, but that's the kind of knock that a pure batter can also play.
Okay. I had mentioned in Melbourne, are you going to take a Harshit Rana 35 of 33 or his none for 27 of 2? At that time, there was no concrete answer. Here, he's your top scorer, by the way. Washington Sundar in the whole innings. But he didn't bowl. Why do you want to have a buffer of so many all-rounders and compromise on specialists? You're winning. But then, is that solving the issue for you? Are you making players very certain about their spots? Sure, Washington today led from the front with the bat. That was never going to be any kind of doubt. But is that his total utility? That is what we would want to understand at this point in time. So, it is still it's a conundrum for me still. Washington may have won you the game, Jitesh may have won you the game, but Washington really, is that his role? I've not got answers from this.
So we've heard from Shane, Siddharth, yes. Mr. Ahuja.
See, it's not proper utility. If you're looking at somebody who can give you batting, and that too he's in a way batted out of position in a good way that he got more deliveries to face.
May I add one thing? Washington batted at number 3 once for Gujarat Titans.
Yeah. But see,
Countering your own argument and his.
But again, for India, how many times he's going to bat at number 3?
So my point being, this is not where in the long run I see Washington Sundar bat for Team India. I'm looking at him batting 7-8 if he features and if he continues to be in the 11. So that's number one. Number two, if I'm looking at just somebody who can bat and not bowl at all, which was the case today, when I'm up against a side that has just one top order left hand batter and all right handers, and that's clear I'm never going to be bowling an off spinner to a team that has a lot of right handers, then I think I do have a specialist spinner in Rinku Singh on the bench, then I think I can look.
Specialist batter.
Yeah, a specialist batter in Rinku Singh on the bench. So I think there are other options. Simply put, if I'm looking at just somebody who can apply the finishing touches, as was the case today, he applied the finishing touches. He had to, but again, I'm not too sure how many times he will be given this opportunity.
So my because it's the same point I asked you, that have you gotten your answer about why India played Washington, and to the point that Shane made, and which is largely the point all of you are making, is that if you needed a batter, then you might as well have played a specialist batter. My point is, why don't we see the point that maybe the Indian team is looking at Washington as a specialist batter as well? I'll give you an example. He's batted higher up the order in Test match cricket also sometimes. He has got Test match hundreds. He and it's not just about the batting position, but if you remember, for Gujarat this season he played as a specialist batter. They weren't using him as a bowler. So I think Gujarat Titan also realized that he can be a specialist batter. Can we not see merit in the fact that he is being looked at as a specialist batter, and so his competition is with the rest of the specialist batter? That is another argument that you may think, no, let's say Rinku is a better specialist batter, or even getting Sanju in as alongside Jitesh as a specialist batter is something that you can look at. That's a different argument, and you and I can agree or disagree with that. But I think this is a fact that we now have to get used to, is the kind of things that we've seen in the IPL as well as with the Indian team, that maybe in their mind he's being treated as a specialist batter and as a backup spinner. So let's say today, if you remember when that situation happened, they bowled Abhishek because two right-handers were batting. Maybe as a backup spinner, allows them to play a specialist batter who's a backup spinner on a given occasion where there's a left-hander who's going berserk and you need to bring an off-spinner. On that occasion, not to bowl him regularly, but on that off chance that there is a batter. So can we give them the benefit of the doubt that this could be the thought process that the management has gone with? And if they've gone with this thought process, then what is wrong with that?
I don't think though that's the thing, because if there is a batting side which has just one top order left-handed batter, clearly, chances are most cases you will not be having a Washington bowl, unless of course you have plans of bowling Washington in the power play.
I'm saying
but
bowling is not even the criteria. I have said he's 90% of him is a specialist batter. Only a 10% of him.
But then I have other people to look at as well.
But then that is a debate that you and I can have.
Because
you may think Rinku is better, or he may think Sanju could be that option, / Jitesh, whoever you play alongside. I could think that Washington is that better batter. That is another debate, right? But our premise of the debate came, how can you replace an all-rounder, a spin bowling all-rounder, with a batter? Maybe we need to look at it differently, that he is just as Gujarat Titan did, that looked at Washi as a pure batter. Can the Indian team be doing exactly that? That's what my question.
And push everyone down the order then?
No,
because otherwise
there is no down the order, Harshit. That Surya Kumar Yadav said. There are number 1 to 7. On a given day, he will be pushed up, somebody will be pushed down. Like Shivam Dubey can go and bat at 8 behind Harshit, or a Washington can come early. Someday Akshar can come ahead of, Tilak Verma also. You never know. I'm just saying. There is no order as such, but maybe they are preparing a team where everyone can do everything at any situation. So maybe let's take Washington as an example, because that's a debate. On a given occasion, he may be told to go at number 3 or 4 instead of Akshar, let's say on a certain occasion, or could then be asked to bat at 6 or 7. Today I think he batted at
7.
7.
6. Jitesh.
So
jack of all trades.
I'm just saying, I'm just looking at the other side. Is that a valid argument? Is that a thought that the team could have had? And if they did have that thought, then can we cut them some slack?
It could be a valid thought. It could be. I'm just saying it's just another very left of field kind of a thought, that you've already got specialist batters, but okay, we're going to look at this chap. And see, there is one idea which gives a little bit of merit to this, is that Washington as a batter is far more comfortable playing pace bowling. They were showing his numbers as well. His strike rate against pure pace bowling is in the 200s. Against spin, it's much lower, significantly lower. So you could very well be seeing him potentially. I kept saying that, you're not looking at having a proper finisher. Washington might very well be the closest thing you have to a proper finisher if you want to play him in that role, because he's much more comfortable against pace bowling. You normally more often than not will not have spinners bowl in the death, not in the shortest format. So that could be a thought process. Is it one I agree with? Not necessarily. But if we have to play the devil's advocate, sure, it could be a thought process.
I mean, look at the conundrum that you're facing. Today, Washington didn't bowl, but he batted. Dubey bowled, but didn't bat. Now, how do you address this particular conundrum? I really don't understand. I mean, are you willing to compromise Shivam Dubey's position every single time? What is the justification then of a Shivam Dubey being demoted so down the order? Number one. Number two, are you okay with Sundar not bowling at all? Okay, if you consider him even as a backup, again, is that proper justification of his role?
Where you're operating under the assumption or the premise that they care about batting orders. The captain and coach have already said that number 1 to 4 does not matter. You will play according to what we decide on the given day.
1 to 7.
And to be fair, they've been doing exactly that.
Yeah, so we can't even criticize them for necessarily being inconsistent. This is actually exactly in line with what they said they will do. That we don't care much about batting orders. We will look to play everyone as per the situation, as per the circumstances. That's exactly what they've done.
See, while we've heard that from multiple people, multiple times, and this is down to just, us maybe to accept it. We may be obsessed with batting orders, whatever. But I do have a feeling that, you can do to everyone, but I think the finisher's role is a specialist role. You can't have somebody play in the middle order, be the opener, be the finisher all at the same time. It doesn't happen that way, at least to my limited understanding of the game. It's not bit you hard till now, and I hope that day doesn't come and I'm the one proven wrong. But at some point I feel it might just come back to bite you. It is a proper finisher's job out there. It's a skill, and I just hope for everything. Okay, you want to do 1 to 7, fine, then 8, have a finisher then. Simple as that. Or 7 be that finisher. If at least, in these seam friendly conditions, if you're having that open mind about having 2 out and out pacers or 3 out and out pacers with 1 spinner, if you can do with that.
I mean, which position is a finisher? 6, 7 or 8?
7.
I think they've gone with that idea of everyone has to do the job. I think that is the mindset that the team is happening. And see, again, maybe we need to, as I said, cut them some slack. Today they made those changes for which they got a lot of flack of Sanju not being given a longer rope, and I also agree that he should be given a longer rope. But then you have to look at the other side. Jitesh has also had to bide his time for a very long time. He sat out the entire Asia Cup. He's gotten the first chance, and look what he does in the first chance that he's got. He chipped in with a decent 22. Did he get? Yeah.
22 up to 13. Yeah.
And in fact, if you're talking about having a pure finisher, then Jitesh actually is a finisher.
Yes.
If you're talking about finishers, Jitesh is that. He's done that for his franchise, be it PBKS and RCB in their title winning year. He's been training in that position. So at least now that's one valid criticism we've taken away, that we don't have a finisher. Jitesh coming in at 7 at that point in time was pretty much to finish the game off.
What are you doing to Dubey then? You've kept Dubey. You've kept Dubey for the middle overs.
But I'm just saying, why is it that it's not that Dubey cannot even bat higher up the order. For CSK a long time is batting
3-4.
3-4, whatever. I think what they are saying, we need to pack our team with the best batters. Why are we so obsessed with where he's batting? If T20 cricket has anyway become a format where you have to go hammer and tongs, hit all the time, then let everyone be flexible, let everyone be a dasher, let everyone come and score at that time. And see, again, as I said, you've got to be fair to them. Today the changes have paid dividends. They won handsomely. It was a total that not a lot of us were giving them chances. We were split 50-50. Many thought that Australia would win, many thought that India would. And on top of that, it's come after a game where the batting order stood exposed. Yes, it was different conditions, but you stood, your entire batting order collapsed with the exception of an Abhishek, and everyone else then failed on that occasion. So now you've turned that around. You won a game with your batting, or you're chasing a above par total, I'd say, in Hobart. As Siddharth was pointing out, this is the first ever T20I loss for Australia here in Hobart. So that in itself tells you what a win this is. So I guess maybe it is also time for us to accept that they need to experiment. Maybe a Jitesh does need to come in instead of a Sanju. Maybe a Washington should be looked at as a pure batter. But bowling can be won in 6 games also, if need be. But he's good enough to be a pure batter. Maybe
but while we are seeing that for every position, but the Indian team, while we may be told that 1-7 everyone's flexible, but truth be told, it's actually 3-7 then.
Yeah, because it's only...
Because you're not seeing anything up top being changed.
The openers are not changing. They're the only fixed 2 batters. But beyond that, the middle order, they've been very consistent in constantly chopping and changing. That's been the case. Dubey is just unfortunate now in 2 matches. He's come out to bat either at 8 or not at all, as in today's game. But I think we've seen that happen even to Sanju at times. Sanju is another one who sometimes is coming into bat at 8, so it's something new.
But
you're very consistent.
See, it's a good catchphrase. 1-7, everyone's flexible. Truth be told, it's 3-7.
Okay, let's now talk about the win. It's a very good win for India because there was this talk that they are taking bilaterals quite easy. That's clearly not the case. They won. They bounced back rather handsomely on a good pitch. How would you see this particular win, and what does this do to the Indian team?
See, your experimentation has won you games, okay? So that is why we won't be so critical about it. But that doesn't mean that you continue to just say, okay, we are winning, it doesn't matter. Somewhere down the examples that you pointed out, Sanju Samson, is he featuring in the 11 after having been shuffled so much up and down? No, he isn't. Is a Shivam Dube going to do himself any favors by being there, because he might go out soon if a Hardik Pandya comes back? And with this current lineup that you've got, I don't see both Dube and Pandya play.
Disagree. I think if you look at a lot of matches which India was playing even with Pandya, and I go back to the Asia Cup, Pandya and Dube were starting together.
Exactly.
So Dube is not competition for Pandya. In fact, I dare say it will be one of the all-rounders then who goes out. Potentially then a Washington might go out. Washington slots out. Then you've got 2 pace bowling all-rounders in Pandya and Dube. And thereafter you've got your pacers in Bumrah and Arshdeep. 2 spinners, you're sorted. Good to go. Easy as you'll
Although in India and Sri Lanka, you may not need that many pace bowling all-rounders.
Yeah, then you can play 3 spinners.
3 spinners.
But I think we've spent enough time talking about the selection. I think, it's also a day where India has won the match.
See, there's one thing which I have to always talk about when it comes to this, is that they fully embraced that fully aggressive mentality. Because if you're looking at the scorecard, everyone had like a start sort of a thing. GILL was the only one, and
I was going to ask you, would you say GILL has also embraced it?
He has. Today was, I think, a bit unfortunate, and I think he's tentative also because he's had 2 failures. That's also a reason. Yeah, otherwise, even in other games, if you look at even in the game where Hazelwood was making him dance like a cat on a hot tin roof, he was trying to hit. It's a different matter that he wasn't connecting.
Today's scorecard is actually a good summation of what life for Shubman Gill in T20 cricket has been since the time he's come on board and has returned to the T20I side, because this is exactly what his numbers look like. He's averaging just about 20-25 strike rate
is 150.
Strike rate is in the 150, 60s.
So today is exactly that, 156.
No, that's
125.
125. My bad. So yeah, today a bit of an anomaly that way. But see, I totally agree with Shane that most days you've seen him, be.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't. For me, Surya Kumar Yadav is also successful today.
Correct.
For me, Tilak Verma is also successful today. Strike rate is a bit down. Akshar is also successful. Jitesh, Washington. Why? Because this is the kind of
template,
framework you've set in T20I cricket. This is what Surya Kumar Yadav has said, and this is what you're going to get. No big score from anyone. If it comes, okay, Abhishek ends up with a big total, fine, but he'll continue to bat in that way, and everyone else does. So this is a perfect example or a perfect scorecard to show everyone what this Indian team is trying to achieve. So you're happy with most of them. With Gill, I think the only issue is that pressure will only increase on him, because he's been that one guy where people are still talking about T20Is. I've said it before, I like the fact that he's bought into the team philosophy where he's trying to bat, and then that will be okay. But just that today He didn't do that. If he continues to be that player, I'm okay, where he gets some 20s, 30s, and on a rare occasion gets you a 50, 60, so long as he's bought into the philosophy as Abhishek has. He continues to be that, then you are within the team, and I don't think there should be any question mark. The problem arises where he's batting at this strike rate, where he's looking for a big total and then doesn't get a big total. The pressure is not going to ease up on him. I think it's not as easy to keep him aside of the 11 as you could do with a Sanju, or I even say Harshit Rana. I think he was still pretty unlucky not to play this game. I would have still played him instead of a spinner, but still you can do that and nobody is going to say much. The Indian team is not doing that with Shubman for sure, but he also needs to realize that long rope can only go so long.
I mean, he has been dropped previously from the team as well.
Yes,
before the World Cup.
That wasn't the vice captain.
That wasn't when he was vice captain. Before he was the test captain.
Are you going to drop your potentially all format captain?
That is the
big
At a
conundrum.
personal capacity, I wouldn't have even made a vice captain. Sorry.
Well, that is something we've said. Like all of us, I think, said that.
Yeah. See, again, you want to add a fourth person whose leadership aspirations, this aura of Shubman Gill, I'm saying, Shreyas Iyer might not be a T20I captain. Because he might be the next in line after the T20 World Cup.
He was a next in line because of IPL form, and that's the extent of it. Let's be frank. He was not in that team, yeah. How are you calling for someone to be a captain?
Yes, people have made the test debuts on the back of an IPL.
My point being, you have to at least be somewhere in the scheme of things when it comes to the team. He wasn't.
It was only down to the combination you wanted to go with. You wanted to pack your.
That's enough.
Yeah,
that's enough.
See,
his best batting position is his best
Cup.
batting position is 3 or 4. Yeah. Are you going to drop your captain? Are you going to drop Tilak? No. Shreyas Iyer inclusion was fantasy.
But
fact.
Shane, you are again. There aren't any batting positions in this side.
Exactly, and no, I'm saying my point is you could have, even if you're okay. Let's see 3 or 4. The 2 players he's likeliest to replace are those 2. I don't see him replacing. At best, you could have had him as a backup. So the captaincy talk for Shreyas is fallacy. Let's be fair. Let's be very fair.
For now, yes.
Yes.
I mean,
he's not even part of the 15.
He was, I think, unlucky to miss out.
Yeah.
Unlucky, because of the combinations.
Yeah. No, in Asia Cup, I think he deserves it. He's been consistently doing well. In ODI cricket, he's one of your most standout batters.
They're deservedly so.
And of course, I agree. IPL form was the one that people were looking at. But then we've seen, IPL form is really the one that's pushing people into the team. And he could have been pushed in. So I think he was unlucky on that front. Anyway, coming back to the win, I think India will take this win. This is a much needed win after that hiccup that they had where doubts started coming in. And this is a problem with Indian cricket. After every game, there are questions sometimes and we are not patient as well. But it was the manner in which India lost in Melbourne, I think, that raised all those doubts. So this is much needed for the Indian batting lineup to show in the Australian conditions. Having said that, I will also add something here, and which is that they are not playing their full-fledged team, T20 team Australia. Maxwell is yet to come in. Today, Hazelgod was not playing. Just bring him in. And this 187 suddenly looks like a match-winning
No
total.
Stark, no Cummins.
Although Stark has retired.
Stark is retired from T20. Yes,
Yeah,
Cummins is injured.
Yeah.
But I'm just
No
saying,
Zampa.
I'm just saying just bring in a Hazelwood for this team, and 187 suddenly becomes tougher. Not to say India wouldn't have chased it, possible, but his 4 overs make a huge difference, So I think that in itself is a big difference. And then they're still not playing their best batting lineup as well. So
just look at some of that bowling. You've got Bartlett, Abbott, Ellis. See, Ellis is still somewhat established in recent times, but then he's fairly recent. Abbott has been in and out. Bartlett is a fairly new Stoinis and Short are part-timers at best. And then you've got Kuhneman. That's hardly a full-strength bowling. And
I think that Cummins, Hazelwood, Zampa,
makes a big difference.
Maxwell chipping in with his bowling.
That's a lot. We're talking about 12 overs from top line bowlers.
Yeah, I think that makes a huge difference. Okay, a word on the man of the moment for India. Got a chance after a long time, and that clearly was the big breaking news that we did today was Arshdeep Singh coming in. Picks up 3 wickets. He's the man of the match, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Once again showing that no matter what team you make, no matter what your batters do, they can bat at 1 and 7, or 7 can bat at 1, 2 can bat at 3. The third spin bowling option can be Washington, can be Abhishek, or can be Akshar or whatever you want, and Shivam Dube can bat at 8 and Akshar can go at 3. Whatever you'd want to do, but you
Wickets.
cannot leave Arshdeep Singh out of your 11. I don't think this needed any reminder, but I'm so glad that this game has happened. Just to reinstate what he means.
I just hope he doesn't go the Kuldeep Yadav way. He has one good performance, then gets dropped onto the bench.
Happens. I mean, you dropped your, even in Melbourne, you dropped your leading T20I wicket taker on a pitch which was tailor made for him. On a pitch, and remember, he does take left-handers pretty well. Look at it. He got Travis Head out again, and he's often troubled Travis Head, even in the IPL. Although many will mistake it with the Mitchell Starc comparison, but no, even Arshdeep has often troubled Travis Head.
That comparison is funny. Sorry.
I mean, why not?
I like Arshdeep Singh a lot, but
Many will mistake it. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
who are these people?
left-handers in general. Left-handers trouble Travis Head a lot. That's the one thing that I look at. So, again, death overs, he was phenomenal. Power play, he was phenomenal. So, it sorts your death and power play bowling completely.
Automatically, your power play bowling and your death bowling just looks so
With
much
Bumrah.
better.
The entire team looks very different.
Yeah.
Just Arshdeep coming in, as I said, I probably still could fit in a third fast bowler. I know when Hardik Pandya comes, that thing is sorted.
Yeah.
Absolutely done. You can nail your bowling lineup with an Arshdeep, Jasprit Bumrah, Hardik Pandya. You're done in whichever conditions you're looking at. Only in its spin-friendly conditions, where again you'll probably leave an Arshdeep Singh out because you'll play your extra spinner. That I'll still take. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Primarily because Bumrah still remains your number one bowler. Hardik is the all-rounder, so he comes in. And your spinners do the job. You have won handsomely, whether playing at home or in subcontinental conditions, Dubai, you win it. And that I will still, even Arshdeep may be able to tell himself, okay, I understand. The conditions are such that I'm not, only one fast bowler is playing. The combination is such, and I'm not better than Bumrah that I can stake a claim, even though he's very good. So that he can still justify to himself. But when you have a scenario where Harshit is also playing, Shivam Dube is having to bowl 3 overs, and he doesn't get a chance, then I think he can genuinely be miffed with the whole setup. And so to save him that trouble and the fans that trouble and all of it, please play him in these
Next
sort
two
of
games.
And if possible, however you find that combination, try and get a Harshit, because you really need that third fast bowler as well. I'm sure you can look at your
see, are you contemplating resting a Jasprit Bumrah for the next 2 games?
No,
because see, he's got a test.
That's a separate thing. I'm saying with the setup, 3 fast bowlers is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, resting is another thing.
I mean, will you count Dube as the fast bowler then?
But I'm just saying, Dube today showed you that he can't be giving you those many overs, right? At best, 1 or 2 overs on a rare day.
He's a, if you're playing a 6 bowler combination with 4 pacers, he's your 4th pacer. That's the
And you
layout,
need
right?
Asia Cup like conditions. That's again because he was effective there. He was not effective in truer conditions.
Yeah, he might be still effective
He was bowling alongside a Hardik at that time.
He outbowled him. He outbowled
On a couple
him
of occasions, yeah.
and outbatted him also in several occasions. I think Dube is a conditions bowler. He can't bowl in these truer conditions.
There he was
Those
bowling a lot of
sluggish-
those cutters and all.
Here it won't help.
Yeah.
For his pace, it doesn't help. If he was 10 miles quicker, it would have helped, but he's 10 miles slower.
So
That's
basically,
why.
he's a good all-rounder. Asterisk conditions.
Conditions,
apply.
yes, he's a conditions guy at this point. So yes, that is the one thing when you look at it. But yeah, try play Arshdeep in every game here.
I would want that. to
Yeah,
happen.
because your 8 overs are sorted. 4 in power play, 4 in death, sorted with Bumrah and Arshdeep. So yeah, go up please. Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
From Swal.
Naveen Narayan is saying, Nikhil always wants Varun and Sundar to be replaced by someone. But time and again they are proving they deserve. Still you don't want GILL to be replaced. But how can
I think I was the first one who spoke about Gill and the pressure that he's feeling. I think Naveen may have been watching some other show then. Or he may have sent a super chat before that.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
In fact, no, but to be fair, we also discussed last match how Gill was under pressure.
Correct.
And did I not say that for all that we are talking about Sundar, he gets a 50? Huh?
Yeah.
He also missed a mid-show, I guess.
Steve Ticolo is saying, debunking GILL IPL numbers, modern T20 woman is expected to go hard. Last 3 IPL power play, strike rate, Abhishek 195, Jaiswal 171, Rowe 165, VK 159, GILL 137, real pick.
No, but this I pointed out. That is, he plays a different role for Gujarat. That's not, if he comes, I've said this previously, and I gave you some sort of insight as well. Sometime, please be patient and listen to that. There was a conversation that the captain had with Shubman Gill. Okay, and as far as I know, Suryakumar Yadav actually asked for a Shubman to be part of that team, and the conversation went around the fact that he is going to be there as and he'll buy into the philosophy of the Indian team batting the way they do. And if you've seen since then, he's tried to bat like that. He hasn't gotten runs, and so the pressure is on him, as I mentioned short while ago. Today, as I said, was a bit of a rarity where strike rate is not adding up. Earlier, he was trying to bat in that aggressive fashion. If he continues to do that and gives you those valuable 30, 40s or whatever, I think everyone will take it, the team will take it. So long as he's trying to play like this team wants him to play and not saying, I am like this, I bat like that, that is how I've gotten runs for Gujarat Titans, I'll continue to be like that. I don't think you're seeing that from him. So this stat that you have shared makes absolutely no difference or is of no relevance, because he started doing that after he's come into the team.
Yeah. Your biggest supply chain, Rakesh Bhushan is saying, your biggest supply chain has stopped producing all-rounder because of obnoxious rule of impact player. Yeah. Here GG is looking at all-rounders desperately. If not found, he's trying to manufacture one. Scrap impact player from IPL, absolutely.
Yes, please God, yes.
Please, it's done no good.
I'd be willing to sign that petition if there's one.
And I can't believe every person in their right frame of mind has said that this is doing you more harm, and yet IPL doesn't see a need to do it. They keep harping about, and I've heard a few former players also talk about, oh, there are advantages as well, like viewership, this and that. Please tell me, in viewership or excitement also, how does that add to it? To me, it does not. The whole fun of watching a IPL game and the fun of discussing it is how does a team find that 11 or the balance of that 11. Today our conversation revolves around that. You make it an impact player, that whole element of finding the balance goes out. That is so essential to cricket.
Yeah.
Also, you had to tweak so much to even get that rule in. Batting 11, bowling 11, and you've ruined your production line, as Rakesh points out, of all-rounders. Yeah. Because you do have, it's not like you don't have players who could be all-rounders. Do you think a Nitish Kumar Reddy wouldn't bowl a lot more if not for the impact player rule? Do you think a Ramandeep Singh would not bowl more if not for the impact player rule? Or Washington, for that matter? I've literally named 3 players who are, 2 of whom are in your team right now, who are struggling from lack of bowling opportunities because of this dratted impact player rule.
I mean, even when they were introduced at domestic level, Mushtaq Ali, I found no relevance. What was it used for? What is it the use for? I really don't know. So Ashish Dhar is saying, Rinku reminds me of Incredible Hulk. Great sub fielder.
How is he Incredible Hulk?
He's a bit...
He's a small guy.
No,
in terms of height.
In terms of broad
Build.
Broad build, no? That. And
Sure.
Stoinis is not that.
So this is Mr. Ripped.
But what a fielder. I've not seen him drop any outfield catch in my thing.
He's phenomenally safe as a fielder. In fact, that's what makes him so good, is that if you know catch is going to him, you close your eyes, he's taken the catch. Yeah. It's bigger news when he drops a catch, which doesn't happen often.
It reminds me of that one South African, Brian McMillan. Never used to drop catches. Slip or outfield, would take stunners. And you know how he would practice? He would practice by catching golf balls, so that the impact would be such I won't feel anything. So close, it would improve my anticipation also. Even if it got hurt, no problem, I will still catch it. That's the thing. Yeah. Rakesh Bhushan, Nikhil, who will make way for Rana next match? I think axe will fall on Akshar. Things were not broken in T20. GG started to mend entire system, now is in doldrums, even though India won the match.
I don't know, but say if I had to do, then one between Washi or a Dubey will have to make space.
Correct.
I mean, that it's just logical. As I said, we have an issue with Arshdeep not playing in these conditions that are conducive to him. I understood in the Asia Cup why you needed to make him sit on the bench, you could only play one fast bowler, and your spinners were doing the job. Here you need that fast bowler, bring the third fast bowler, and so Harshit, then I would bring him in. And even though Washington's had a good game today, or Dubey continues to have good games, but if I need to then get that third fast bowler, if a batter has to be sacrificed, or a batting all-rounder you can call them, then so be it. What is the other option? You say you have to look at horses for courses. If I ask them today why Sanju Samson's dropped, they said no, we need someone to bat lower down the order, and Jitesh does that better job. Fine. So if you're doing it, you're looking at conditions and taking that call, right? You looked at conditions and you dropped Arshdeep. And if I ask them why no Arshdeep, you would have said that we want to play extra spinners here. Same logic should be in Australia. I would do that.
Yeah, go down further, Pawan. Rakesh Bhushan, Gill is a nice guy in a bad T20 world. Sad, really sad. Nikhil, Rakesh Bhushan again. Nikhil, don't you think because of buffer in your batting lineup, top order is playing reckless cricket at times? Things which Master should finish is left to apprentices in India T20 right now.
This is a very long, big, drawn out debate, and I'm sure we will all agree to disagree on that and have different opinions, but I think it is the reality of T20 cricket. I'm liking the way it's going, and I think Abhishek is the perfect specimen to be telling us what T20 batting is like. That he gets big runs as well, so it's not that he's not. So with all that in mind, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this idea that my top order has to be aesthetically pleasing batters who will get big 50s every time, and then the pressure is on the lower order every time to come and play quick fire 20s. No, I want everyone playing for quick fire 30s and 40s. That should be the way it is. None of this thing of I need beautiful batters. No, I need aggressive batting. 20 overs, go bang bang.
Yeah.
Ashish Dhar, Gill, Sky, Abhishek, Aksar, Tilak should be your fixed 5 batters. Arshdeep, Bumrah, Varun, Kuldeep, 4 bowlers. Fight between Dubey, Sanju, Jaiswal for 2 spots.
Very idealistic considering Jaiswal's not even in the T20I scheme of things yet, through no fault of his own.
Yeah. He's not there in the white ball scheme of things at all.
But as I said,
Jitesh there maybe.
As I said, he should be. I would want the management. Okay, I understand that in ICC tournaments you can only have those many players, but in bilaterals you should keep Jaiswal with the squad. I think it deserves that, and that will ensure that there is some sort of pressure on Gill as well to up his performance. There should be accountability there.
Yep.
In fact, that's what leads us to the next question also from Rakesh, who says that how long will Gill be locked in T20s till he doesn't play a few 20s and barren pitches in India? There is a tendency with few players to play till they come in form and few are chucked immediately. Yeah, I mean there's different strokes for different folks, or the long ropes that we talk about. For some they're long, for others they're not quite as long.
I mean, for 1 year Sanju had a long rope. He did perform, but now see, the rope has become a thread.
The rope has disappeared.
Slowly disappearing. That thread, it's becoming thinner and thinner and it disappears and you fall down. That's the way you look at it. Pawan Holla is like saying...
I wasn't Pawan.
Oh no, I think there was one more. Praneet Datta. I think Washi would have bowled better than Dubey. Can't be your 5th bowler, Washi can be your 5th bowler.
Yeah.
If off spinner can bowl 2 lefties, so can Washi.
Agreed.
In this,
I would have to agree with that.
This matchup thing is also getting hyped up to a big thing.
Left, right.
Yeah.
I remember one comment coming in saying that they're trying to be sarcastic towards Gautam Gambhir, right? So they said that Mr. Gautam Gambhir Mourinho saying that he himself will go to bat one day to maintain left hand, right hand. One of the more unkind but funny comments I came across on social media.
Okay, there was a comment up also.
From Mr. Tickolo, says that now selection is being done. If Gill can bat like that versus guys who have been consistently batting like that in IPL International, how is it justified? I mean, it's not really. That's pretty much the point we keep trying to make. That's why we keep saying that Gill is under pressure. Otherwise, there would be no pressure.
Yeah. Pawan Holla, Hardik is so goated. There is no replacement in 1.5 billion people. More dependable than Bumrah if you consider the balance he brings.
Aura.
I mean, you look at 2023 World Cup, you replaced Hardik the bowler, but you couldn't replace Hardik the batter.
The only other all-rounder in the side had to be checked out because Hardik was gone.
The only other pace bowling all-rounder.
Yeah. Exactly.
Siva Subramaniam says, in search for next Kohli, that's very mean here. I don't even know how to take it.
No,
Saying that India got the next Babar Azam. We're talking about Gill here.
That's
Though it's a unusual day to be quoting this example after Babar's got a handsome 50
and helped
last
Pakistan
night.
win.
He has now more 50. He's gone past, I think,
Rohit Sharma. For runs, if I'm not
no,
mistaken.
most 50s in T20I or something like that. He's gone past. Yeah. I mean, Rohit is ahead of Virat too in that. I think he's gone past Rohit, if I'm not.
Yeah, it's Rohit only. Yeah.
I guess.
Brian Lara.
Wow.
Our chat keeps going. It gets further goated. Says Dubey is a natural spin hitter. Playing him at 8 is as a finisher where he's very poor is a pretty pathetic strategy. If he's playing, should come in at 5, especially when left arm spinners in operation. And the spinner thing I do kind of get because I remember Dhoni was very, very calculated with how anytime he saw the team start employing a spinner, he'd send Dubey out once a wicket was lost. So yeah, that I agree with.
Beat you is like
Oh,
saying.
he's addressing me. So
Yeah.
he says, Shane, I guess one player can make a team lose or win. Harshit gone and you can see the result, and it's not hate towards him. It's the idea to play the best team so that India wins. So fair point. But I mean, today you could have played Harshit in place of Washington also, and would it have made that much of a difference? I doubt.
But it is not like if Harshit comes into the team, India keeps on losing.
Exactly. That's my point. If you're putting the blame of India losing only on Harshit,
That's
then
unfair.
So
that's
very
unfair. What
unfair.
happened to the 6 batters who failed in the last match? What happens there? It's very easy to run agendas.
125 runs if the whole team with 8 batters will make, including a Harshit, which was the case last time.
Yeah.
Then you really do.
But the fair point is Harshit also didn't have a game. Both.
Oh, he
of
didn't
them
have a
had
great
the
game. No two ways
ball.
about it.
Yeah, he didn't.
He was also a contributor to the loss, but not the only reason.
Yeah.
Exactly. Priyanshu. Nikhil sir, unlike you all, I feel 100% confident since the tournament started, India will win. God saved us by raining out New Zealand games. But our India Park happened at Colombo. Clutch Queen Healy dropped a catch. So yes, you have been very, very lucky in a lot of senses, Priyanshu. But yeah,
And sometimes that luck works well for you.
it works
I
well.
just said today and the Australia game were tough, but if you remember our coverage before this tournament started, I had said this is India's best chance to win the World Cup. The team's been doing well leading up to the World Cup. You're playing at home, your best chance. That's not to say that India were favourites. I didn't think they were favourites, but their best chance here. And they were definitely contenders. I knew that even when they were not, if you see our coverage, even when they were not really doing well to qualify for the semis, I knew they'll qualify for semis. And then I said maybe just two games. Who knows what happens from there.
Yeah.
Final question from Praneeth.
India A 1 in the morning, senior India side in the evening. Tonight the women are making it a hat-trick. Touch wood, first World Cup win for the women. Yep. So far they've gotten off to a great start.
On that note, lovely note, Pranit.
Yeah.
We're going to call it time on this particular edition of our match point.
Yes.
Because the women's game is on. Next, we'll see you in the mid innings of the women's game. Remember, it's still a 50 over match. So we'll see you mid innings.
8:30.
And then, of course, we'll see you
Match
tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Match will end tomorrow morning only.
Yeah. If it goes the full distance, ending tomorrow morning.
You're closing in on a 100-run stand. Let's hope you
Yes,
get there. 87 for not.
Yep. Indeed.
Take care. Bye bye, guys. See you.
See you.